Hey guys, it's Harley Dojo here, you know what I'm saying? You can call me Doge, I don't care, right? Sounds like a cool government branch or something like that, maybe mean coin, I don't know. So,
yeah.
2024, behind us now, right? So I'm down here at the Tire Shire, where our motto is trading them rings on some wheels, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to do here right now. I'm gonna shed a little skin, the ear of the snake style, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna show you all how to retire in the old school way, right? Before all that artificial intelligence stuff came about, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff people going up on the internet these days, right? You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like identity theft. That's what that all sounds like.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm just a tire bro. What do I know? So anyways, down here at the Tire Shire, and you know what? Before I go on, I got my PPT on here. I want to remind everybody out there, wear your PPT. The internet is a dangerous place, man. You never know what kind of bozo you're chatting up, right? Or what that bozo is going to go on and say about you. Wear your PPT all times. Be safe out there, fellas. Anyways, since I'm looking back now, I figure I'd take a look at my top 10 films from the past year, right? You know, 'cause that's something you do while you're changing tires out in the hot sun, right? You take a look at the things that mean the most to you. You let your mind wander off to the things that mean the most to you, right? And that's what you do. So what I'm gonna do here, instead of like all them snooty people's top 10 lists, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, my top 10 list. Ooh, who are you, man? I'm not a snooty person. Instead of that, I figured out a more fair way of doing it, right? We're gonna have a little tournament, you know, or maybe call it a tournamento because I like Mentos, right? So let's do that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have our two teams fight it out, you know, like gladiator style, right? Because that's much more fair way of doing things. So we're gonna have two divisions here, right? We're gonna have one division of 5 films. We're gonna have another division of 5 films. And we're gonna let them play it out to the top 2 teams go head to head in a big bowl game. You know what I'm saying? You know it sounds familiar to you. But instead of that, I figured we'd have a dish game, right? Because I'm sick of bowls, man. Everything's served in bowls these days, like dog food served in bowls. So we're gonna have a big dish game, you know? And we'll have our 2 teams play it out to get to that big dish game, right? So we're gonna have one division of 5 films. We call them the Cineaste division.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have another division of 5 films. We're gonna call them the Harley division, right? We're gonna see how we do it out and see who comes down to the top dish, right? So anyways, I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, right? So let's see how it rolls out, you know? Let's like these tires, right? So let's get started. I'm sick of wasting my time here. Let's get started on this list and see who comes out number 1.
All right, boys. Who we betting on?
Okay guys, first flick on my list, or maybe I should say my first pick on my list. Maybe I should say my first flick pick. Maybe I should say my first contender, yeah. First contender is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine, right? This is on everybody's list. It's everything we ever wanted in a film, right? We're winning, guys. We are winning. The studios are finally listening to us, right? This is an R-rated film, man, and made a lot of money, you know? I think it made even more money than Midnight Cowboy. I'm not sure. I'll check the dates at some other time. Ain't got time for that. But we are winning, guys. The studios are listening to us now, right? They're listening to us in this film, fan-serviced hard, right? Same actors, same roles, doing the same thing. That's everything we wanted, man. Give us more. Give us 5. Give us 6. Give us 7, man. Keep that fan service going. We are hungry for it, and we proved it, man. You had name drops. You had flick cameos. You had actors name dropping themselves. You had comic book call-outs. You had self-deprecating jokes, man. Snark. You had graphic violence, fourth wall breaks, smashes. It was all pure Hollywood, sucking up to Hollywood, and fans are all about that these days, man. We want more suck up, man. The only thing is, this is the big thing, my big problem with the film, though, man. It's rated R, but no titties, man. Where were the titties, man? What's the point of being a mature audience if there's no titties involved, man? I mean, I walked out of the theater thinking like, hey, man, what were we sucking up to exactly there, right? I don't know. Anyways, at least we got titties to look forward to in the next Deadpool Wolverine film. Don't even make sense.
Alright, boys, who we betting on?
My next pick flick, my next pick pick of a flick for 2024 is a film I haven't really seen yet, right? Okay? But the first one was awesome, man. So this one was got to be awesome too, right? You know, that's how sequels work, right? So I'm sure this film is awesome, and I'm gonna check it out maybe this year, I don't know. But it's called Joker 2 Foie Gras, or something like that. I don't know why they call it after duck patty. Maybe we're just all hungry for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't know much about it. Don't know really who's in it, right? But I know Harley Quinn is in it, and that means boobs, fella. That means boobs. Right? So it's gotta be awesome. The first one was nuts. I'm sure this one is nuts. Probably check it out. When I get a chance this year, but it was easily one of my favorite flicks from last year. Okay, so let's go to the Dats in our first playoff game in the Sniffy Skins Conference. Looks like we got Deadpool and Joker 2 facing off against each other in the 50s. It looks like to be a pretty solid match. Now, since I don't really know how this is all going to roll out or how to start these flicks, I'm just going to go ahead and decide who gets to move on, you know, pro style. Because I want to be as professional about this as I can. Now, looking at these two picks, I think Joker 2 is the winner. I'm not really sure what we were sucking up to with Deadpool, you know? And we know for a fact Joker 2 is going to have titties in it. It's got Harley Quinn. We're winning, guys, so Joker 2 moves on to the quarter semis. It still has to face off against itself and the next contender in the 50 ranks to see if it's going to go face off against itself again in the quarter semis. Let's see what happens.
Alright, boys, who we betting on?
Okay, dudes, the next pick was... The next pick. My next pick of flick. My next flick list pick. Alright, forget about it. My next contender, man, in the playoffs is going to be a little art house kind of independent film that you see on YouTube all these days, right? YouTube's always playing these little art house indie flicks. And this one was called The Farmer's Dog, right? And let me tell you, dudes, this flick brought my grown-ass manhood to tears, you know? This film broke me up, man. It broke me. There's this little dog, Checkers, you know? This little dog, Checkers, and it's all sort of ragged out and bitched out, you know? And it looks like it's going to croak, you know? But his master's like having pity on it, right? And goes on this journey to find it, this mythic youth food, you know? And it's like a fountain of youth parabola or something like that, you know? Pretty cool stuff, you know? It made me think, like, if I had the chance to do it all again, what would I do? Right? What would I do? Real kind of existential stuff like that, you know? And the acting was top notch, you know? I couldn't tell if this little doggy was like a CEO or CGO or something like that, CMI, NGO, I couldn't tell. But anyway, this dog was convincing, right? You know, this film pulled on my heart chain like it was a little dog toy, you know? The only thing is I'm hoping there's like some kind of merch we can get from this flick, you know? I've heard maybe like it might spin off in Chipotle or something like that. You know, they might have like the farmer's dog and the farmer's wife and, you know, bold food. You know, you can get like farmer's wife, farmer's kids, stuff like that. Pretty cool. Check it out, The Farmer's Dog. Okay, so let's take a look at the DAT boards and see who's facing off next in the Sniffy Skins Conference. So it looks like we got Joker 2 making its second appearance in the 50s going up against the art house flick, Farmer's Dog. And folks, it looks like there's going to be war in the seats when these two picks start knocking skulls. But the Farmer's Dog wins easy and moves on to the quarter semis, where we'll have to face off again against that monster that Joker 2 has become, titties and all. I don't know if Farmer's Dog signed up for this kind of grudge match though. But no, easy victory again for Farmer's Dog, which now moves on to the semis, where we'll have to wait and see what flick it's going to play off against for the Sniffy Skins Conference crown. It's not going to be easy though, because Farmer's Dog still has to face off against the next contender in the 50s, which might just put it back in the quarter semis to face off against a new contender, just to make it back to the semis, where it might have to butt heads with itself again for the final title conference. My peeps, this is going to be a wild ride. So it's like what Indiana Jones always says, hold on to your potato.
right, boys, who we betting on?
Okay, guys, our next film, or our next contender, is a little film called Beetlejuice. And let me tell you, man, this is a real surprise to me, you know? It's kind of like a wild card on a little tournamento here, you know what I'm saying? But it's a sign that we're winning, guys. It's a sign that we're taking back the culture from the Wookiees, you know? Because I remember back when I was just a grown-ass toddler, you know what I'm saying? And Beetlejuice came out, I was like, this is awesome! I want more! I want more of this, you know? But the Wookiees weren't going to give it to us, man. Didn't matter. Didn't matter to them. It was like a big tease, you know what I'm saying? Just a big tease. They kept holding out on us. So, what I decided to do is I decided I was going to start walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard. Just keep walking up and down and shouting, more Beetlejuice, you know? Just keep pitching it. More Beetlejuice. More Beetlejuice. Kept pitching that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking at me like, this guy's weird. You know, or something like that. I'm like, no, you'll see, man, you'll see. More Beetlejuice, but they never listened, man. Years after years went by, and the Wookiees would not listen, you know? More Beetlejuice, nothing. You know, and I was thinking of that line, that great line from The Empire Strikes Back, you know? When it goes, well, why are they doing this to us? You know? I kept thinking of that line, you know? But it was like a crusade to me at this point, you know? It was like my we shall overcome Pete Seeger stuff, you know? And so I kept doing that, and then finally, after years, man, the gods smiled on us. The gods smiled on us, you know, and they gave us Beetlejuice, man. Everything I was pitching about, you know? It's everything that everybody wanted, you know? Let me tell you guys, when this film came on the screen, I was just a blubbering, whimpering blob of clump of joy and sorrow, just thinking about all that suffering I went through for this film, you know? Finally it was here, man. Victory was ours, you know? We're winning, guys. We are winning. We are free. We are free now. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait for the next sequel. Okay, so let's head back to the dartboard where we see we got Beetlejuice going up against that savage little sausage dog, Checkers and the farmer's dog. And Beetlejuice loses hard! Beetlejuice is out of here! Done! That's what you get for playing hard to get. You get a bad case of the losers with a nasty little dog chomping on your heels. Time to pay your bills, Beetlejuice. Checkers has dropped the check on you. Anyway, it looks like our feisty little mutt is really marking out its territory in this conference. And the farmer's dog moves back into the quarter semis to face off against another contender. Then it gets the chance to move on to the semis again, or it's going to have to show some real serious canines if it's going to be able to snatch victory from its own rear end and trot away with a big bone of this conference. Stick has been thrown, farmer's dog. Let's see if you got the fetch to bring it all home out of the weeds.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
Okay, dudes. So, my next film, let me just tell you, fellas, this is a complete honor to have this film gracing my tournament. Complete honor. Because this is my boy, Craven. You know what I'm saying? And like, Craven is the Mr. Beast that America needs right now, you know? Not the one we got, you know? This is the one you want to grow up to be, man. Sir Optimus Primo Savage, you know? Primo Pharaoh. That's our Craven, you know? I remember Craven back from the comic books, you know what I'm saying? He was all mustachioed out, and he had them cheetah tights on, man. You know? But it was like, it reminded me of like Freddie Mercury, you know what I'm saying? He had that kind of pathos going on, you know? He had that kind of pathos, that like primordial man-core stuff going on, you know? It's all like, mama, just killed a man. You know, that was Craven, man. So like now he's on the big screen, man. And let me tell you, fellas, this film destroyed me, man. It devastated me, you know? It absolutely bossed the hell out of me. Bossed the hell out of me, you know what I'm saying? I was just sitting there thinking of Craven, you know, maybe like cruising like something like an maybe like an F-850, you know, and he's got the cheetah and the flames on the side panels, you know, and he's got like rhino skin upholstery, you know what I'm saying? Right, and he's got that hottie, you know, he's got that sweet hottie there, riding shotgun, and she's all like in her like cheetah bikini and stuff like that, you know? So cool, just absolutely the coolest, man. And like he's like the original Zulu we're talking about here. He's like the original Zulu. I can just see him like pulling up to like Wakanda and be like, you know, sup Panther, you know? Yeah, it's all like respect.
Oh yeah.
So cool, man. It's like when cool gets cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so open your books, wusses, right? Speaking of the wusses, man, I know they had a lot of bad mouth for Craven, you know what I'm saying? That's just because they knew Craven was coming for them, you know? Craven was coming for them, you know? They knew how huge Craven was gonna be, you know? And they've made them all feel like so infinitesimal and stuff like that, like teeny, you know? It's absolutely incogitable, you know? I mean, like the real man knew like Craven was like this massive piece of masterpiece, you know? It was like it was like forged in the fiery furnaces of like Valhalla, you know, with like steel and like miracles and like jungle blood, man. Just the coolest stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of getting some like face paint, some Craven face, maybe right here, you know, Craven face paint, you know, because that's how hard this film assaults you, man. It leaves a mark on you, you know. So you gotta get out there, dudes. You gotta get out there and check Craven out, you know, ASAP, you know. But make sure you man up before you head in there, because, you know, Craven now playing in, you know, that's just like putting it lightly, folks, because Craven does not play. Okay, so it looks like our boy Craven is in the arena now. Beetlejuice gets squashed immediately. There's no contest. Craven's got way too much Gambato for the bug juice. It looks like Beetlejuice just got totally chugged out of this thing, folks. So Craven ravages on into the quarter 70s, and he's in no mood for that little wolfhound, the farmer's dog. No, sir! Craven just strolls right by and slips into the farmer's yard like he's eyeing up his wife. But hold on, Craven, farmer's dog is still in the yard and goes right for Craven's heels. But it doesn't matter, though. Craven just lays into the little doggo and goes pure psycho on the pooch. Craven has absolutely crushed this division and barracudas itself straight up to the stairway to the crown. Okay, so it's like halftime now. We only got like 30 minutes down here at the tire shop for lunch, right? So I'm gonna clock out and grab me a little nash. All right, I brought some sandwiches here from home, made them this morning. And that's all really we got for a halftime show for you, you know? So grab a stack of tires, you know, take a seat, and give your pockets a rest for a little while we check out these super cool ads from our sponsors, right? Because that's what makes this all possible. So take a little break, and we'll be right back to put our skins on our ride and see who's the champion film of 2024. But remember, fellas, clock back in after 30 because you want to get paid. That's what it's all about. We'll see you in a bit.